Welcome aboard Destiny Hub talk show once again. This is Coach Elly Mutenga. Once again, I'm happy to minister or share with you, my dear viewers. It's a pleasure having you aboard and watching us live. Today I just wanted to share something about face or faces. Why faces? I know you're getting confused over there, saying that, what's he talking about a face? Why the face all of a sudden? What's the secret behind face? What's the secret behind faces? So we'll discover that. But before we do that, let me just remind you one thing. This is Destiny Hub, whereby we have a slogan, every night has a day. Every night has a day. What does that mean? There are dark moments that we go through. People are going through different turmoils, catastrophes, challenges, in their relationships. A bunch of people are saying there's nothing like a relationship under the sun. It just doesn't work. Others have been in over 7 relationships, 5 relationships. It just doesn't work. Lots of people, millions of people, ladies and gentlemen, have been wasting a lot of money. They've wasted money. They've spent lots of money. They've spent a lot of time, having this thing to work out, trying hard to fix this thing called relationship. And it's been quite a mess. It's been quite a tug of war for a bunch of them. And somebody's wondering, I've had a relationship having a challenge like in Botswana, a whole country, having a challenge with relationship. They have their history. And a bunch of people saying, no, the nyalo dina stress, meaning that marriage has a lot of stress. So a lot of people opted to stay alone, live by themselves so that they can enjoy their life. They have a feeling that once you jump into a relationship, you're going for stress. You're calling for stress. You're calling for, you're running away from freedom. So basically, they want to enjoy their freedom, their happiness. They think they can be happy outside relationships. But to me, I think that's a lie. Relationship can still work out. And somebody can be fulfilled when they're in a relationship. They can experience that long-awaited happiness and joy and fulfillment. It's good to get together. God is the number one institutor of this whole thing. He's the one overall master over this thing. With everything that I'm going to share to you, you just need to know one thing: hook up with God. Pray about it. Trust God about it. God will give you a clue how to go about it. But there are things that you need to discover when it comes to relationships. Don't sit out there comparing yourself with others, and blaming this and the other. No, don't blame nobody, but just know that preparation will lead you to reception. When you don't prepare, you may not receive what you deserve. So basically, this is what we're going to do. I want to talk to you about faces. Why faces? Remember, every lady in the morning, millions and billions of ladies, every lady in the morning when they wake up, what is it that they really give much attention to? It's the face. After taking a shower, taking a bath, every lady will jump and run into the mirror. Every lady has a fellowship with a mirror every morning. You can't part ladies with mirrors in the morning. Why? It's because they want to fix the face. A bunch of ladies believe that their face is equated to passports. They say, my face is my passport. It's my identification. When they fix the face, they are confident. Walking out of the house, they're knowing that they're really sparked. They're on the moon, So they're glowing. The face has to be dealt with. Remember, after fixing themselves about 2 hours in the mirror, when they walk into the car, the first thing they do again, you see the lady again turning to the mirror, the side mirror of the car. They still want to say, is there anything that I forgot about fixing in the face? So they just need to be more confident with their face thing, not shoulders, not the shoes, not whatever, but the face. That's the ladies for you. One other lady got a fight with her husband, and he said, they had a dispute in the house, and which they couldn't solve. And so when the fight got on, the lady started screaming as the man was battering her, and she screamed, jumping, running around the house, telling the husband, honey, you can beat anywhere you want, but please, I beg you, don't touch the face. Don't touch the face. Beat anywhere around, but don't touch the face. Why? The face is her passport. It's her identification. You know, that's where the power of the lady is. That's a bunch of ladies that, what they tell me, you know, I've gotten some ladies who will say so, that my power is in my face, you know. So basically, how do you look at it? If you were in the bus and one lady is standing and you look at the shape, you know, from her back view, you look at the shape, you're standing at the back of the bus, the lady is facing the other side in front, and you look at her shape, she's beautiful. A bunch of guys would be like, I want to go for her. But when that lady turns around and maybe her face is not, you know, all that appealing, something may change. The feelings may dwindle, you know. So basically, there are lots of things. There's something about face. But anyhow, let me talk to you about this face thing. Why particularly the face? Today, I just wanted to share about the face, the power of the face, or faces. There's one thing that I want you to discover. That F stands for family background. Family background. If you're on that journey of identifying the true partner, the Mr. Right, the Mr. Right, all you need to do is, before you hook up with people, when you're in that zone of friendship, relating with them, you know, sharing, interacting, you know, breaking the ground, sharing, interacting, all you need to do is try to find out their family background. Their family background is very interesting. If this is the person that you intend to live with for the rest of your life, you need to check the family background. It's very crucial. Because different people are coming from different backgrounds. You know, they are raised differently in those backgrounds. They are treated differently. They have different norms, different cultures, different lifestyles in different family, you know, settings. So basically, it's very crucial. As don't just hook up with a friend, with that lady, with that Mr. or Miss Cutie, and you just having a bite on your ice cream, sharing presents, doing all those, you know, going for movies and stuff. You crush the whole year just doing that. You need to engage in the conversation and find out about their family background. You know, how do they do things? Where does she come from? You know, what's her address? Where do they dwell? How do they do things? What are their norms, their cultures? You know, what are their behaviors? What are their systems like in their family background? Get well acquainted with us with such information. It's very crucial. It will help you to know whether you can get along with this person. It's very crucial. So to avoid surprises, you need to check that out quickly. Get informed even before you propose. It's very crucial. First master, establish that information as you interact, as you get along, you know, on a friendly basis, in a friendly manner. That is it. Family background is very crucial. Everybody will come from somebody, because remember, they say charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. Everything is starting at home. It's coming from home. I've seen people that have come out saying they're the singers, the so-called singers or aunts, who are in charge of advising ladies, fixing ladies on how to treat men, you know, and usually their concentration has been in the bedroom side. Listen, I think God gave power to parents, your mother, your father, you know. God initiated families. That idea that your family is coming right from God. And he had a reason why he did it that way. Every home has a setting, has a system, has a way of raising their kids, you know. So they have a different ways. Some families, they eat different time zones. When do they bathe? When do they eat? When do they fix house calls? You know, do they engage into house calls anyway, or they just have maids? You know, find out their way of doing things. You know, some ladies, you find a lady is 25 years, he doesn't know, has no clue of mopping, of fixing the spider webs, you know, fixing the house, arranging the house, and all those things. Find out about those family background and how they were raised. You know, when you engage her in the story, she'll get to tell you about their family background, how they were raised. The day shift, was he single? Was he raised by a single parent? Is he coming from a single background, or she was raised by both parents? Has she grown up by herself or with her siblings? And she's been at the auntie's place, the sister's place. What religion is the auntie? Who raised her? The auntie, the uncle, or the parents? And what religion are they? What are their systems, their norms? When they go to church, they're Muslims. What religion, what faith are they? So get to know all those. All those are loaded in the family background. The way they do. Because depending on the religion, you know, Muslims, they have a different way of sitting. When they go to worship, they sit down. They don't sit on the chairs, on the couches. So their background is in that setting, you know. And when you're Muslim, it's different from the Christian, you know. And then the way they were raised, you know, Muslims pray 5 times, you know, right on. And then these ones, they pray maybe in the morning or in the evening when they're going to bed. Or other families, they just pray when they're having a meal. So the background is loaded with a lot. It's massive. Find out about their background. How did they do things? How were they raised? Who raised her? What are the challenges that they encountered and stuff like that? Family background is very crucial for you to establish or to identify. And more so if you're looking for a partner. Get to know about the family background. So the next thing that is been F, that I've been talking about F. And now I'm going to talk about A, you know, that is attitude. That is attitude. Attitude is very key, it's very crucial rather, to find out about somebody's attitude. Some people look presentable on the outside, on the exterior. They're very presentable. They're very appealing, very attractive, you know. They're kind of captivating when there's a lady that walks out of the crowd across and then makes men's necks turn. She's a neck turner. They call them neck turner. They turn men's necks. Or it could be a guy who could capture, you know, they're magnetic. You know, he just pulls your heart, tears you apart when he's walking around in the background, on the veranda, across the road, or, you know, in the compound, anywhere. But listen, don't just settle for that. Don't just settle for that, because you need to find out the attitude. Engage them. When you talk to them, what's the attitude like? You know, when there is misunderstanding, the times of misunderstandings, the time when you offend each other, you know, when you offend each other, what happens? What's the attitude like? When they get angry, what's their attitude like? You know, do they have this I don't care type? Do they apologize? Are they really sorry? Do they know the meaning of the word sorry? Are they remorseful, or they are not? You know, we have these people who are careless, who feel I don't bend down. It is not my thing. I mean, he will be the one to come to me, or she will be the one to come to me, not me. They don't go down. You know, they say they are strong-willed. We have these strong-willed, you know, characters that they don't bend down for nothing. They don't go down for nothing. No sorry, no thank you. You know, when you do something for them, they say they were meant to. They had the right of having those services. They never appreciate on time. They never express their gratitudes to others. They're never expressive. They are not accommodative. They are not accountable. They are not courteous. They are not courteous. So you find we have those kind of people who are not courteous like that. They have an attitude. The attitude is quite unbearable. So a lot of ladies, they've been denied that opportunity of being married just because of their attitude. The attitude is so bad, it's so poor, it's so ugly, it's so unbearable. They are never patient with others. You know, it could be both sides. It could be men on the lady's side. You know, it's very crucial attitude. You know, attitude will determine your altitude. So basically, they say it will determine the heights, how far you go in life. You know, how far you keep relationships. Attitude can cost you relationships, can cost you opportunities, can cost you, you know, a bunch of things. Attitude is very crucial. So when you're looking for a partner, check out the attitude aspect as well. This person that you're running after, you know. I've seen men running crazy over certain ladies, even when they begin to realize that this lady is very impatient. You know, he keeps murmuring, nagging all the time. You know, when you come 5 minutes late on the appointment, it will cost you 2 hours to explain the same thing. You know, and by the time you're done with the explanation and bedding down, say, I'm sorry, it was jammed, this and this, they're so impatient, they'll just say, you better be sorry. Next time, don't do this. They have an attitude, you know. So the whole thing is, you know, that empathy, it sometimes gets lacking with the people with the attitude, you know. So basically, check that out. It's very crucial. It will help you identify the right partner before you bump into surprises sometime later. Now, that is A. And then the other one next later that I'll talk about is C, that is compatibility. Compatibility is very crucial. Are you really compatible? You know, you bump into a lady. I've seen guys who say, I don't want a lady who is overeducated. Why? It's because these more educated people, more learned people, they are so proud. They brag around. You know, you can't tell them nothing. You know, you can't have a dialogue with them. They are so bragging, they're so proud of themselves. So you find that somebody says, I'd rather go for an illiterate. But the illiterate also, they come with a package. They come with a cost. So you are in between. You know, you had one experience, what you experience with the degree holder, and so all you're running after, you say, never, not degree holder, not diploma degree. I just want somebody who has never seen a blackboard, or somebody with average education, you know. And everything comes with the package, comes with the price. But compatibility is very crucial. You don't have to have a degree holder, but at least if you are learned, you need somebody also who is learned. You may not have done the same course, not the same education level, but education is quite important. So you can relate well when you are at least both educated. You have values for education. If you get somebody without education totally, you may have a challenge sometime. I'm not saying that there are no couples that have worked out when the man is learned and the other one totally never been to school and never worked. No, there are so many factors that puts together a relationship, you know, and other things may not work out and it may not affect a certain given relationship. They may say, well, we can put up with that, you know. So somebody can put up with it, another person may not. But the other thing that I keep telling you, I just want to tell you is that compatibility is quite, you know, key. For example, the faith of somebody. You are a Christian and this guy is a Muslim. Are you going to get along? You know, their norms, their system, their way of doing things is quite different by the virtue of their religion, of their faith. So keep taking note of that as well. Religion is very key. It's very key. Can you get along? Are you able to put up with that? You know, when he brings the visitors, they can sit down instead of sitting on the, you know, are you going to understand that? So the faith, their way of doing things, you know, when they can pray anywhere. Even when you're driving, they can say, honey, let's stop the car. It's time. It's about 1 or so. I just need to get alongside, you know, put the mat and then do my prayers. Muslim can pray anywhere. Are you going to stand that? You know, or you're going to be in the hurry and say, no, I'm tired of you, you know, praying every time on the road, on this, on the veranda, everywhere. You know, don't get offended. These are things that you needed to first check out before getting to the relationship. So it's very crucial, compatibility. Are you compatible with their faith, you know, with your partner's faith? The person that you're looking to, well, you are pulled, you are attracted, you know, you've been crushed, you've been swept off the ground, you've fallen for that lady, you've fallen for that gentleman. But the thing is, are you looking into the compatibility factor, you know, religion-wise? Are you compatible? You look, there are so many other ways. The dressing, you know, the dressing, so you feel like, okay, this person, her dressing code is totally off according to you. You're not compatible, you know. So there are things that you just can't flow in the same direction with, you know, the way this person talks. You know, when he's ever excited, he smiles and he opens the mouth wide, all the teeth, the dental is out. And whenever you try to talk to him in privacy, he doesn't, you know, calm down to listen, you know. something lacking with the compatibility. So compatibility is very crucial. There are things that you must check out before you even propose to that lady, or giving or answer or endorse that guy rather. So before you endorse him to be your lifetime partner, you need to check out on the compatibility. It's very, very crucial. Compatibility. So we're gonna get to the next one. The next one is E, experiences. Experiences is very crucial. As you relate with somebody, these are things that you need to, keep engaging that person, your partner, in conversations. Keep talking to one another. Maximize the moment whenever you get together. Get to know get to know how experienced they are. What exposure, the degree of exposure is also, crucial. How exposed are they? Or are they experienced people? When you get somebody who is over-experienced and another one who is not, sometimes there are challenges. There are people that you get along with, ladies or gentlemen, you get together, you hook up, and then you get to know you in serious argument every time. Most of the time, you're arguing about colors, you're arguing about the food, you're arguing about every decision. Before you're having hard time deciding on anything, arguing all the time. And you have no clue where that is coming from. Maybe this person has experienced something like he's inferior. He's battling with the inferiority complex. She's lacking self-esteem. She was never, because of the experiences that person, maybe didn't grow up with the father, grew up with the aunt, or grew up with another guardian of any sort, of any version. And whoever guardian that he was under didn't have this time, to nurture. Some people, their guardians have never had time for them to nurture them well. They've never been nurtured. They've never been taken care of. Somebody who runs after you, who is, who keeps monitoring you, how your education, how you're being, your welfare, and all that. Is everything right? Is this that? There are people who don't have time. You're raised in somebody's house. It's not your parent, or maybe it's a single parent, and they don't seem to have time for you. There are people who are coming from those backgrounds because of the things, the challenges that they've experienced wherever they've been raised. So they are reactive. You find that they grow up reactive. You hook up with somebody, he's full of heartaches, he's been hurting, for a long period of time. They've experienced, malicious treatments. They've been maliciously treated. They've been ill-treated in their background, wherever they were raised. And so when they come in the relationship, they begin to react. They are so reactive. They react on anything. We've gotten certain other relationships who have been, you get a guy who's been in 5 relationships. And the one that you are hooking up with is actually the 6th one. With you, it's just maybe the first one or the second. But this guy is coming from 6 relationships that have failed. And now he's hooking up with you. When they hook up with you, what happens? Whenever you laugh holding your mouth, they have a feeling, oh, you're laughing at me because he was involved with Rose, and Rose used to laugh at him. He used to laugh at the way he looks and said, sit properly, you're not straight, and he used to laugh at him. Maybe he was poor at certain things, and Rose used to laugh at him. And so he got in the thing that when somebody laughs, could be laughing at him. So because of the experiences, before you react, get to understand the experiences. It will help you not to be overreacting. So get to know what experiences people have gotten through in their, in their backgrounds, wherever they've been raised. Is very crucial. The other one, after E, that is face, we have S. And S is skill. S is skill. But still, before I get on skill, there's one thing more light that I want to throw on experiences. Then I will wind up with the S. And that makes what I've been talking about called faces. Faces. So I'm still on E before I get to S. This is what happens. Look at the experiences people have gotten through. There are some people who don't get over things, over their past. They've been captivated in their past. And so they have baggages. The baggages that, the challenge they had in the first relationship, they walked with it right into the second one. They've jumped into the third relationship without resolving certain issues. There are certain disputes that have never been, resolved. So get to know, this person finds himself in the fourth relationship and is very defensive, very protective, others very possessive because of the experiences. So-and-so, I was humble, but so-and-so was over-possessive, so I'm reactive. Whenever they don't just have dialogue for anything. They are too possessive, they are too much on the defensive, they are reactive and stuff like that. So all those are challenges. You get into such a relationship, it gets to be toxic and you just can't move on. You can't spend a whole day without, catching any friction in between. You just can't understand why it's not working out. So the whole thing is about studying the experiences. Have a clue, engage with that person to share about the experiences, the challenges, the ill treatments that they got, and then be a good listener. Don't rush to judge. And then after catching all those moments, all that information, then get to know. Talk about it. How can we solve this? How can we get help? Where can we get help? From a rehabilitation center? From a friend? From where? So talk about it. And then you can hook up. That's why ventures like Destiny Hub are there to help in such relationships that are having challenges. You're having challenges over somebody who can't get over their past, over somebody who is reactive, people who are possessive, people who are, so commanding, people who are, there are those relationships whereby if it's a relationship, it's like a headmaster and a student, yet it's partners. You're meant to be partners, lovely partners, working out this thing of relationship together. So basically, that really happens. So experience, drop off the baggage. Drop off the baggage. Even if you go to the airports, you find that a bunch of planes, they tell you, whether it's KLM, whether it's Brussels airline, whichever airline, they'll tell you they have a particular weight that you have to come along with. The hand luggage and the certain kilos that you have to carry. Others give 42, others give 50, others give 25 and stuff like that. An extra weight you have to pay, an extra kilos you have to pay. So basically, even in relationships, you can't fly higher with this too much baggage. There are stuff that you need to flush out. You need to flush out. There are baggages you're supposed to drop. Don't shift from one relationship to another with unsolved issues. I keep telling people, don't hook up in another relationship. When you are hurt and disappointed in one given relationship, you break up today and then 1 week later you're in another relationship. That's not healthy. Take off some time to heal up first before you engage in another relationship. So there are those kind of challenges. A lot of people don't want to experience pain. They don't want to be lonely. So when they avoid being lonely, they hook up with somebody right away, immediately, even when they're still hurting. And they call them crying shoulders. So they hook up with somebody and then they lean on their shoulders, they feel comforted and they're happy. Once again, they feel they are now getting on their way. Before you know it, they have unresolved issues from the past relationship and it affects this relationship. Those challenges, they keep coming up again. So you need to heal up, take off some time, heal up, get yourself, together before you hook up into another new relationship. So the experiences of your partner, of the person that you're trying to identify, matters a lot. What they've gone through, those experiences may determine someone being possessive, reactive, defensive, and commanding, authoritative, which may not help your relationship to work out. So that the things that you must always be looking out to before you really endorse that this is a person I want to live with the whole entire my life. So the last one I'm going to talk about is S, and that makes it F.A.C.E.S. I'll be done with the F.A.C.E.S. So S is skills, the skills. When you hook up together, You're coming from different backgrounds. What skill is your partner coming up with? Before you fall for somebody, at least there must be something that you don't have which is in them. There must be something that, you know, that person is going to offer. The relationship will be spiced up. It will be spiced up. It will be another ingredient that will keep this relationship going in hard moments in future, you know, in times of need. So it's very crucial for somebody to, you ask yourself, what skill is this person got? What value is he adding up to me when we hook up? You know, what is he good at? What is she or he good at? It's very crucial, you know, and you respect that. And that doesn't call for pride, because other people, when they master somebody's strength, and when they appreciated that, oh, I like you because you're strong at this and this, you're good at this and this, the person begins to brag. He says, okay. When they spark up a quarrel, all they begin to do is say, you know, I just did you a favor. You know, I'm strong at this. No, don't just brag, because everyone is endowed differently. Everyone is endowed differently. You know, everyone has strength and weaknesses. Strength and weaknesses. So basically, the skill is very crucial. What good is that person, you know, bring on table? What skill is he putting on table? Don't just marry anyone, because even Jesus himself, when he was choosing the 12 disciples, you know, he found them doing something. He found Matthew collecting taxes, you know. He found Peter was fishing. Everyone was good at something. And Jesus was like, okay, he's pulling multitudes, bunch of fish from the water. I think he has the art of pulling, you know, of pulling people. He can pull people to the kingdom. So basically, everyone has had something, even when some were not educated. Then there comes Apostle Paul, who was highly, you know, and massively educated. He was very highly learned. And Jesus knew that when I appoint this guy, he's going to be able to write letters, you know, write letters to the Corinthian, you know, to the Romans. You know, he's going to travel around and he's going to put things together on paper. For some people, you know, that's part of the Bible. So it's very crucial. The skill, what skill? You know, Moses had a skill. Everyone is skilled differently. We all endowed differently. Now, that makes it F.A.C.E.S. F goes for family background. Remember, family background. And then A, attitude, is very crucial. Check out the attitude of your partner. And then the third one is compatibility. That is C. C is for compatibility. And then E is for experiences. And then S is for skill. So it's been good having you aboard. And I just wanted to encourage you as I wind up, telling you one thing, that all you need to do is remember one thing before I get going. One thing that I want you to remember is when two people come together, they should not come together for the strength of one another, because differently everybody has some weaknesses. You know, this one could be talkative, this one could be quiet. You know, it could be quiet, could be reserved, could be quiet. That quietness could protect us from something. When we hook up, you know, when we're all over talkative and, you know, loud in the house, you know, the house may catch fire. But when the other one is calm, is a cool demeanor, it may help on the relationship sometime. When this one sparks up, goes high, and then the cool demeanor just chills, you know, the vibe. And before you know it, the relationship gets going and very enjoying. So basically, I just want to stop here, saying it's been good having you, dear viewer. God bless you. See you next time. Once again, Coach Elly, love you too. Take care. God bless you. And depend on God. Pray to God before you hook up with people, before you engage with people. But check out those, you know, check out the faces before you hook up with them. God bless you.